Hello everyone, no respawns. So, I made a tower, a big one, well, a moderately sized one. And then I fuck around with these shipping crates for a little bit because I was going to do something else. And I forgot to take this part out, so there we go. What you're seeing right now is not what I ended up building, but it's okay. So yeah, basically, this is a short-ish build, but I wanted, because people have mentioned it before, like, you know, a defense tower, and I kind of did one on the back, and I felt like I needed a kind of slightly more robust one on the front of the settlement. You can see me kind of get the idea. I'm like, ooh, I'll do that. And it looks really, really cool. I even, because a couple of people mentioned in the last video, so you remember the last tower I did on the back. It was a little bit, it had a walkway, and it looked a little bit unstable, like I needed a support on the top area. The problem was, is due to just the size of the floor I use, it wouldn't have really worked using the kind of normal supports that we've used in other areas. So I just kind of opted for this, and it works quite well. I decided not to over decorate it. I put some stuff in it so it looks cool, but there wasn't really much decoration to do. But I was really tempted to kind of add like shit tons of junk to the outside. I was like, no, because that'll look stupid and you're over decorating again. But it looks pretty cool. A couple people suggested as well, one, again, this pads out the castle build, which I like, is I'm going to try and put, so when this kind of tower's finished, you've got this area next to the river here, the coast. So I'm probably going to maybe put a couple of like, kind of like little shacks outside, maybe another shop, or possibly, I might do more of a living area actually. That's just kind of for people who maybe can't get entry for the, like, maybe like a halfway house, or maybe like a motel or something where you can't necessarily get into the castle. And then maybe even, actually that's a total idea, I'm doing this, is a little path leading up to the edge of the build area. So just, you know, it looks cool, it'll look cool. And it'll be a bit more of a kind of, an avenue leading up to the castle as well, which will be quite grand. It's pretty straightforward, as you can see. What I do is I use 2 prefabs, put these on the edges, not on the back because there's no space, and yeah, fuck it, you can't see it anyway. And then I do kind of a bespoke kind of top area, and then put some shit in front. It's pretty standard formulaic stuff, but it looks quite cool. It also has a really commanding view of the kind of the entranceway to downtown Boston, which is why I quite like it, which is cool. So I've got to do, and I'm trying to think of how I can do it in a video, because basically we've got a few areas on the inside which need to be built up, right? But it's more, almost a little bit too much to just put some kind of filler shacks, as I've mentioned. This is the top area here. So I'm thinking of, like, people have mentioned jails and things, but they're really small areas as well. So you might have soon a video which is kind of me just, you know, I've done those bits and bobs videos. You might have a bits and bobs video at some point soon, because I'm like, it's a bit too much space for me to just do myself, because you guys are like, oh, what did you do with that space? Did you just use filler shacks? But at the same time, it's a little bit, yeah, small. Because I want to do a jail, right? And then I've also got power armor storage and things I need to do. So here was my idea. So I made the kind of like, it's a really bespoke top area. It looks quite cool. It's a little bit messy. I could have possibly, really, I should have probably put the railings in first, as you'll see, and then put the barrels. But I'm quite reasonably pleased with how it turned out. The whole thing works. And it was a little bit lopsided at first, so I had to readjust it. But it looks quite cool. So what I initially tried to do was I put the little guard post the week up, which by the way is it doesn't float as it might would had I put it on, say, a normal floor piece, because obviously you've got the way the clipping works. Basically, a little bit is clipping actually in, as you can see, into the plywood, so it looks like it's supported a bit more. And I was gonna put loads of these railings on the edge, but I couldn't place them there, and then I had a little bit of trouble getting them on, and it was all a bit of a nightmare. So it looks cool, but I probably could have put the railings in first. Instead I do what I do right here, which is use these glorious wooden crates and then kind of fill out the void. But it's cool. It's grand. God, I love this place. It's lagging. It's not lagging at all. So you'll see it when I come into the area. The frame rate will drop at times. And I squeaked times a bit there. And now I've drawn attention to the fact I squeaked times as well. At times. Sorry, I'm just hitting puberty. I turned 30 in 6 weeks, so clearly it's my balls dropping. Or not dropping. Wait, no. Wait, yeah, no. Well, shut up. Anyway, they're mid... No, they're not really. Shut up. Anyway, right, so back to the stupid joke I was making. about my doors dropping and then about these crates, right? So basically, yeah, I'm going to use these crates. I can't remember what I was saying now. God damn it, it's late. Oh. I was arguing with people on Reddit, as one does. And I'm not going to tell you about because it was just, trivial bollocks. But, like, I kept pausing me recording this to kind of like, oh, that fucker's replied now. Ah, you dick, you're wrong. And I'm going to point out why. So, like, I think overall the cut down footage is about 24. Oh, this is me trying to get up here. 24, 26 minutes. But the overall raw footage was an hour and a half. Because there's whole scathes of it where I've just paused the menu and going, right, the prick's replied now. Gah. So that's what I did my evening. Oh, but it's grand. It's grand. Yeah, but it looks really cool. Yeah, I like this. I like this bespoke kind of top area, but I could have maybe put the red... I could have done it in different order, but it worked. It worked out well, so it's fine. I don't actually have a guard assigned to it. Yeah, I've got to sort out my settlers, because they're kind of... So we've only got 9 people, which isn't very many. As I said, I've got 15 beds, so I want at least 6 more. And I need a couple more wandering guards. I've literally got 1 person, plus people to man the cannons. So I think we're going to probably have about 20 people, 21 people in the settlement. So I'm going to have to actually, like, get them here, I guess. But I just haven't got around to doing it yet. See, what I like doing, though, is I kind of like certain styles of settlers. And some of them I don't like, to be completely honest. Oh, also, a thing. So you know that in my recent couple of videos, I've mentioned the mod that actually allows you to place guards. I did a mod review of it a couple of episodes back. Well, I was curious whether, said there wasn't much variation in the guards that you got. But if you go into the menu and flick back and forth over them, you can see the silhouette actually changing. So to the Minutemen, to an extent, that there are various versions. I was fiddling around because I wanted a guard, and I was like, oh, it's my walkway. This walkway worked really, really well. A little bit of clippage, but not too much. Also, in the last vid, or the vid before, people have noticed there is some clippage on some of the stuff that I've sunk into my castle walls. I'm aware of it. I just can't be asked to fix it yet. People keep commenting about it, so don't worry. I'm aware. Don't worry. It burns into my soul. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So I found with the castle, a lot of these little routes up to it, like from these little pieces here, seem to be working really, really well. Like I was expecting to have a harder time getting back on, like having pathways up to the castle walls. But in actual fact, it's worked pretty well. I can kind of they're kind of organic looking, but not overly messy. Like this one, oh, you can see a little bit of clippage there, but then I end up putting something during the decoration phase. I don't show you. I do actually sink one of those little pallets in to just kind of tweak it a wee bit so it's not as noticeable. And you can't see it now, but that barrel right there, I have to take off because you see it's lopsided. Yeah, but it's all right. We'll fix it in a sec. However, I forgot to delete the barrel, so there'll just be a random barrel floating in the air in a minute in the tour. Don't worry, I'll highlight it for you, mainly because it's really noticeable when I look at it. It doesn't matter. It's not actually in the build. It's just to the side when I move it off. That's fine. Also, I don't know if it's showing up, but I'm going to address this. Right, so this next, say, 4 minutes of my video, the quality is a little off. And the reason being, see, I'm really honest with you guys. I like to tell you the meta of my videos because it's fun and it's something interesting to ramble about. Well, I'm putting these crates here, basically. This is just kind of slightly random. I wanted to kind of look like defensive debris to kind of like mix up the fun. See, the colours are a little bit off. Anyway, the reason for that is because my Elgato capture card, so the thing I use to record my PS4 footage, sometimes fucks up the recording. And it will not work. It won't go. I can't actually. It makes my movie editing. I use Sony Movie Studio Platinum. It crashes. So I had to put it through Handbrake, and I very obviously not set the quality high enough. It's not enough. It's still reasonably HD, and it's only about a quarter of the video. But just this part here, basically, a little bit. I mean, you guys might not notice. I notice, and you might notice now. So sorry, especially you PC users. I know that you are more of a quiet gourmand taste. Gourmand, is that the phrase? Yeah, more acquired taste. I was going to sink some spikes in as well, and it ends up looking shit. It just doesn't work. I was hoping I could rug glitch them in, because they don't, and I probably can. Had I put it on one of the big rugs, it would have probably been okay. But I don't. So that's just that. I've got a couple of turrets here. I was going to do a bit more extravagant turret stands, but that's the kind of thing that I can spend a little bit too long fiddling with. And instead I just wanted something a bit more simple, because I'm trying not to over-decorate the outsides in places that don't necessarily need to be made, like, just overdone, a bit too gaudy. You know what I mean? I also love these turrets on the stands, as I've mentioned. Also, that's a mod. I can't be asked to find the link, but I showed it in my video where I go through my current installed mods. It's a great little mod that basically allows you to actually select the level of turrets that you have. And as you probably noticed as well, it has kind of like bubble turret. Oh yeah, I selected the entire thing. Fuck me. It has the little bubble turrets and loads of like the slightly rustier turrets with like railroad rifles and things like that. What the problem is, you can't attach the turrets to surfaces, which is a shame because this is PS4 and PS4 is shit for external assets, but it's okay. Since I added I do like Aslam's wall pack. It's just glorious for like adding these little bits of detail, and mainly of stuff that I can't make, like those kind of upright plywood boards. Anyway, here it is. As I said, it's quite simple, quite straightforward. I like it. I will go to the top and you get to see the view. It's quite nice. Got a wee flag blowing. I wanted kind of like a bit more of a set piece tower, and then this will, like the area walking in now, we're going to have a kind of built up walkway leading up. So a bit more of a kind of avenue, as I said, going into the castle, but then also a couple of shacks, maybe like a motel. People keep asking me for a fucking motel or a hotel. I don't know, something small, like a workhouse maybe, or something like that. I've also got to sort out those stairs because they do look a bit bollocks. I've also got to give that bitch a job. Fuck's sake, I keep forgetting. Although she does have a habit of testing out all the seating in my new areas. There's that barrel. See, I just forgot to. Sorry, I forgot to leave it. But look at the view. Ignore the barrel. Yeah. Also, this looks quite cool. I like this. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks better. Lovely view. Give a guy a Gauss rifle up here. Baller, mate. Absolutely grand. Anyway, hope you guys like that. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I'll have a new video up soon. I'll do another mod review, I think, soon. And then we'll start on this avenue. Anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.